Right, I don't know about anyone else, but sometimes one of the biggest hurdles, to being a guitar player is finding inspiration. I mean, we've all listened to the same guitar players playing the same things over and over again, and some of these things inspire us to become better guitar players, and others don't. Today I'm going to be talking about this guy, Tony Romaine, who after a stroke relearned how to play guitar using only one arm, and he started gigging again. Right, so I was perusing Ultimate Guitar. I do that a lot more now since I got a subscription. I got a year's subscription, so I've got to use it. And I found this article. Musician learns how to play guitar one-handed after a stroke. I couldn't imagine not doing music in my life. When people said I probably wouldn't be able to play again, I wasn't going to listen to that. Man, I can't even imagine what it must feel like, to lose the use of one of your arms when traditionally you used two to play guitar. I mean, it's like when Rick Allen, of Def Leppard lost an arm in a car accident and went on to become the drummer for one of the most successful rock bands. In fact, one of the most successful bands of the 80s. Tony said, the day after the gig I had a rest day, so I was sitting on the couch and ordering a takeaway. By the time the takeaway got there, I was finding it difficult to move around, but I just thought I was tired and under the weather. I never thought it would be anything like a stroke. By the time everyone was going to bed, I was saying I would just stay there a little bit longer, and I laid down. Next thing I knew, I couldn't move at all. I went to shout out and realised I couldn't speak either. I was lying there all night, wide awake and thinking, what the hell is going on? The next morning, Tony's wife Lynn came downstairs and found her husband in the described state and placed a call for an ambulance. Unfortunately, doctors said they couldn't break up the clot to his brainstem that caused the stroke. My family were told the day that I went in I might not be here tomorrow, said Tony. I was having trouble breathing and had tubes going in and out of me. Tony spent a few weeks at the Inverness Regmore Hospital and was then moved to the R&I Community Hospital for 5 months of rehab and physiotherapy. While the focus was initially on helping Tony walk again, he was thinking about his capability to play the guitar. I'm proud of you, man, just like a true guitarist. The first thing the physiotherapist said to me was that she just wanted me to sit up. I said to them, I don't know how to do that, so she helped me and eventually I managed to sit at the edge of the bed. That was the start, but to be honest I was thinking about music from the first day I was in hospital. There was so much stuff going through my head at that point, and I was thinking that I'd have to cancel gigs and I was trying to figure out, how I was going to do it. Tony, who was even initially unable to swallow after the stroke, stated his desire to play music was incredibly strong. I couldn't imagine not doing music in my life. When people said I probably wouldn't be able to play again, I wasn't going to listen to that. There was probably a part of me that was just like, I'll prove you wrong, but I just had to get back to playing again. Tony made progress in therapy, slowly learning to walk again, but his left arm and hand weren't working, so he was in trouble when it came to playing again. I had no idea how I was going to do it, he recalled. It's not like I could just, go to a guitar teacher, but once I figured out a couple of techniques, it became a case of practicing them, which was easier. He was inspired to persevere by the story of Edwyn Collins, the former vocalist of Orange Juice, who suffered a stroke following a cerebral hemorrhage in 2005, but managed to begin performing and creating music again. Tony managed to relearn old songs and even wrote new material. The biggest step he made was performing at the Rose Street Foundry in Inverness for 30 minutes, his first gig in 2 years. I was absolutely exhausted, Tony remembered. I stood out of my wheelchair at the end and my legs were shaking, but I'm growing in stamina all the time. I'm hoping to do an hour and a half, maybe split into 2 45-minute sets for my next gigs.
I doesn't think of where she's going. She doesn't wanna know. She's the one with all around her to make anywhere home. Anywhere home.
Tony's next gigs will be for charity causes. He's planning to fundraise for Chest, Heart and Stroke Scotland in gratitude for all the help with his rehabilitation, and his next show will be to the benefit of the Oxygen Works charity of Inverness. What a dude. When I was in hospital I saw people who had given up, and that made me really sad, he stated. I understand it's a terrible thing to go through, but I wouldn't want anyone to give up. I want people to know that you can come through this. Well, I don't know about you, but when I see a story like this, it blows my mind. I've got nothing but admiration for people like Tony, who have such a strong love for music and a need to play that they will overcome, anything and everything just to be able to do something that they love again. So, it just goes to show that no matter how bad you think things are, you can rise above it. I'll leave a link to Tony's YouTube channel in the description, and you can check out, some of the stuff he's been doing, and, show some support for Tony. Head over and drop a like and subscribe. Just show him, that the guitar community's behind him. Anyway, that's all for today. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Do all that YouTube stuff. Something positive for a change. Don't forget, I've got merch for sale. Everything from t-shirts, long sleeve t-shirts, hoodies, shower curtains, dog tags, you name it, I've got it. And it says Guitar Stuff Studio on it. It's cool. You can also become a channel member now. You get special emojis and stuff for when you're in the chat and things, for the live streams. And if you want to say thank you, help support the channel, there's always a super chat. Bumps your message up to the top and everyone gets to see it. And also don't forget, I stream every Wednesday 9 PM UK time. It's usually just me and a buddy or two chatting about guitars and stuff like that. Come along and check it out. The chat's a lot of fun. It's pretty easy going and everyone's very, very welcoming. Anyway, that's all. Thanks again. Take it easy. Peace out.